Hi everybody, Jared Bruning here with the Daily Bellringer, and real quickly today I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can support the Daily Bellringer. I guess personally I feel like the Daily Bellringer is a pretty good resource that a lot of history teachers can use, or social studies teachers, or home educators can use with their students. And I do put a lot of time into this. I mean, I am a full-time teacher as well, and in the evenings, early in the morning, I'm up getting these videos put together. And I use a lot of them in my own class, of course, but I do put them out there for everybody else to use, and I feel like it's a good resource. So I'm hoping that maybe a few of you might think that it's good enough that maybe you could support the Daily Bellringer a little bit. And one great way you can support the Daily Bellringer is by going to Patreon. All right, so if you go to any of my videos and scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see Patreon links down at the bottom of the page, or you could simply go here to patreon.com, and then when you see up here find a creator, just put in the Daily Bellringer, and when you do that and hit enter, it of course will take you here to the Daily Bellringer, and you'll see I'm right here. And so if you just click on my name right there, here you can see the different levels that you could possibly give and support the Daily Bellringer. A very simple one that I would greatly appreciate is just the $2 per month level. And you can see at this level you'll have, again, my eternal gratitude for supporting the channel, but also you'll have access to pre-made Edpuzzle videos. And yes, I know that these, you could search and probably find these on your own on Edpuzzle, but I will send you an email that has a link directly to the Edpuzzle that then you can make a copy of and save it to your Edpuzzle library. All right, and then if you decide to become a $5 per month supporter, a VIP patron, you'll get that Edpuzzle link. Plus, I'll send you a link of a Google slide that already has the questions in it. And actually, I'll show you that here in just a moment. And then, of course, the $20 level, if you choose to do that much, which would be absolutely awesome, you get, of course, the Edpuzzle link, you get the Google slide link, you get a little mini poster to put up in your classroom, and then at some point, we'll set up a time that I could virtually meet with your class as well. So, again, if you choose to do that, that's absolutely awesome. But again, if you just choose to do $2, that's absolutely wonderful too. I would love to have that support as well. So just to give you an idea of what you would get with, or what the emails would be that you would get with this is, let me come over here to my email. So here you can see what the email would basically be that you would get from me. And if you're just simply a $2 a month patron, that's perfectly fine. You'd be getting one, that has the, here's the description of, actually let me come to this other one right here. Here's one you'd get the description of what the Bellringer is for the week. You'd get the link right here to the Bellringer, to that video. You'd also get that Edpuzzle link that then you could just copy that link, paste it into your URL, or click on it, and it would take you right there, and then you can make a copy of it. If you're a $5 donor, you get the Google slide as well, and you get a worksheet that actually goes along that you could use each day in your class. And then too, if you notice down here, some other things that I do include as well is upcoming bell ringers, telling you what bell ringers I'll be making coming up here in the future. And then two, I have this week in history, and so you can kind of see day by day. If you want to do like this day in history with your students, you could click on those links and go to videos that are about events that happen on that day in history. And then two, I have some links to some other playlists, since this is the beginning of the year, that you might be wanting to do. And so here, actually, I'll show you real quickly here with this Google slide. I'll just copy this and place it up here in my URL, and I'll show you real quickly what this would look like, what you'd be getting. So you get a Google slide just like this, and a lot of times I'll share this out on Google Classroom, or else I'll share the link to it on a Google document, and then the students can just pull this right up right here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll actually make it where it's a view only, or I'm sorry, a present only link, and so I'll take the edit out of the URL and put in present, and so then when I present it, all they see is, of course, the whole slide here. Of course, you may not see the whole slide here, but then they can just click on that link, they see the questions down below, and they can just answer those on a sheet of paper as they watch the video right there. So that's basically how I share a lot of these Daily Bellringers with my students. So again, if you're interested, if you feel like the Daily Bellringer is a valuable resource for you in the classroom, I highly encourage you, or I guess ask you, if you'd be willing to support the channel a little bit. I would greatly appreciate it. So again, check me out on on Patreon, and thanks.